Boker Tov, good morning. It's a red, white, and blue Jew, aka Jake Donnelly, and today we finally get the answer that Stop Anti-Semitism put forward into the world. Is Miss Rachel an anti-Semite? And the answer to that question, the answer that I've been giving for months now, is unequivocally yes. Because Miss Rachel liked a comment on her Instagram page that said, "Free America from the Jews." Now, she has since apologized for it in a tearless apology, but is this actually who Miss Rachel is? Yes, of course it is. Every single one of her quote-unquote mistakes ends up being something that goes, wow, you don't just hate Israel, you hate the Jews in general. And liking a comment that says, "Free America from the Jews," is not a tiny, eensy mistake. It's the final nail in the coffin for the question and puts to rest, is Miss Rachel an anti-Semite? Because, of course, she is. When you bring on somebody onto your show who glorifies the murder of almost 40 Israeli and Jewish children and then refer to that person as your friend, yes, you're already an anti-Semite. When you put out preposterous, artificial intelligence-created pictures that are just Hamas propaganda, yes, you are an anti-Semite. And of course, when you're out there dancing with Zohran Mamdani, who cannot find it within himself to condemn Hamas, yes, you are an anti-Semite. But in this apology, Miss Rachel was saying, I'm old, I don't know how to use social media, so I just made a mistake. The entire reason that you are popular is because of your expertise in social media. The fact that you know how to use it, that you know how to manipulate it, is the reason that you are popular. So that excuse that you don't know what you're doing is belied by all of the facts of your own creation. And then even worse, if you do know how to use social media, the hide button, the delete button are nowhere near the like button. They just aren't. So that isn't in any way, shape, or form a good excuse. And so Miss Rachel is trying to run from this, but there's no ambiguity left. That comment wasn't a free Palestine. That comment wasn't a free Gaza. It wasn't a stop the war. It was free America from the Jews. That's what that was. And then what she's saying, by the way, by saying, I tried to delete this comment, I tried to hide this comment, she's confessing that she moderates that comment section. So if you're confessing that you moderate the comment section, I have one question. Why does your comment section look like a Der Stürmer forum? You allow this, and you like this. And so there's no ambiguity left to the question of whether or not Miss Rachel is an anti-Semite. Yes, she is. And it goes back to the old adage, depending on where you come from, it's a duck or it's an ox. If it walks like an ox, if it smells like an ox, and if it moves like an ox that says, remove Jews from America, that ox hates Jews. Not Israelis, not Zionist, Jews. So does Miss Rachel hate Jews? Is Miss Rachel an anti-Semite? Yes. And now the world knows what I said and Chen Mazig and Stop Anti-Semitism have been saying for months on Piers Morgan and everywhere on social media. Does Miss Rachel hate Jews? Is Miss Rachel an anti-Semite? Yes. Yes, Miss Rachel is an anti-Semite and she hates Jews, and it makes sale money very upset. Until next time, folks, this is the Red, White, and Blue Jew, aka Jake Donnelly, saying see ya, and stop hating Jews. It makes my daughter cry.